Hello, everybody, and this is Mr. Murtha, and here I am just to help you guys go through what we're going to call the fence method of conversion. Now, I don't know if you guys have done this in any other ways in your other classes, but this is how I think that one of the best ways to do conversion is, and I'm going to walk you guys through that today. So the fence method of conversion, just to kind of look at how it's set up kind of just with two lines going back and back. Now, for these, to kind of think about it as I guess, by the units that you're going to be doing, you're going to be looking at, let's just move that a little bit. What you're going to be looking at is what you want to convert time and then over here you're going to have what you want to have, and then lastly what we're going to be putting down is it's going to be the units you started with. Alright, now we're going to take a quick look and just kind of look at this all numerically. And when we look at it numerically, what we're going to be doing is you're going to have the number you started with right there. Right here, you're going to have our conversion factor. And then lastly down here, you're going to have what the other conversion is of this one right here, which I'll show some examples which will clear that up. But usually what it's going to be is just going to be the number 1. Alright, so we are going to look at this first one, this first example I have. And as it says, it is a 3-mile hike to the school from where you are. How much is that in kilometers? So the way we're going to start off with this is we're going to have right here, we're going to have 3 miles, and I will scoot that over a little bit. And then we want to have it in kilometers. And the unit down here is going to also be the same one you have. So we have 1 mile. And then what we want to find is how many kilometers are there in a mile. And from what we've seen in our earlier in class, there are 1.61 kilometers in 1 mile. So what you're going to do is you're going to multiply across these sides. So right here, these numbers right here is what you're going to multiply. And then after you get whatever that number is going to be, you divide it by the 1. So that way, when you're looking at it, both the miles up here cancels out with the miles down there, and you're left with your number right here. Now what this is equal to, and I want you guys to take a second, pause the video, and go ahead and check for yourself what you get. Alright, hopefully what I'm going to write down is what you guys get. And what I got was 4.83 kilometers. Now hopefully that sounds right and sounds close to what you guys got. I'm just going to get rid of some of this and we're going to move on to our next example. So our next example is that we're going to look at a person has a mass of 52 pounds. And I want to know how much is that in kilograms. Excuse me. So what we know is that there are 0.454 kilograms in 1 pound. So as we're going through this again, we can look at it and we notice that our pounds right here are going to cancel out, and then all we're left with is multiplying the 52 with the 0.454. Now I want you guys to take a second and do the math by yourselves, and then unpause the video, and we'll see if we get the same answer. Alright, and I hope you guys got this as your answer just as I did. And what I got was 23.606 kilograms. And we're just going to easily reduce that down to 23.6 kilograms. Let's just clear that right on up one more time. And now, let's see here. We're going to do one more example, and it's going to be a little bit longer. And you guys might have to use the fence method in more than one area. So here's the problem. A car is going 45 miles per hour. How fast is that in meters per second? All right, so we have 45 miles. And as earlier, we noticed that there are, let me see here again. There are 1.61 kilometers per mile. Then we're going to go and we're going to do another set of the fence. Now that we have our kilometers per hour right now is what we have. Because right down here we have 1 hour. And we want to convert that hour into seconds. And to convert our hour into seconds, we know that there are a total of, let me see here. There are a total of 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. And I put that in the wrong spot. In one, oh my, stuff's just changing all sort of size on me. In 1 hour, there are 3,600 seconds, excuse me. So now we can have this in kilometers per second with our wonderful math of going across. Now we have one last step, which is going to be switching the kilometers to the meters. So we have to get rid of the kilometers, so kilometers goes on bottom. And how many meters are there in a kilometer? Well, I hope you said 1,000 meters. So I lost kind of the room over on this side, so we'll just put it down at the bottom. So I want you guys to pause for a second, and then I want you guys to go through all of the steps and do your multiplication first, and then divide at the end, and find out what you guys got. All right, now I hope you guys get the same thing that I got. And what I got was 20.151, and that's going to be the amount of meters. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And that's going to be the amount of meters per second, which I know that looks a little bad, but it's all right. So there you guys go. Now, if you guys need to, remember that you can always go back and rewatch this if you have any questions. And if you're still not getting it, don't be afraid. You guys can always come and talk to me during class time. All right. Now, you guys have a good day.